supplies concerning grocery markets in the month of Ramadan?
But the government say we're not going to face any problems. The
government always says that.
Yeah, we're going to. What happens, and what I'm sure is going to happen in our country, since we do not have a very efficient market. I mean, the word efficient economically means that the market is not flexible enough. When there is a high demand, well, the reaction of the market is high prices. In efficient markets, when there is high demand, there is greater production. Since we are not in a position to enhance our production easily, I mean, we do not have very productive economy, so we respond to the high demand with high prices. So definitely we're going to have prices. The high prices have already started, and we are going to have a higher rate of inflation. So yeah, definitely all the indicators say that we are facing a worse economic situation.
Okay, so moving to Al-Dustur newspaper, a number of anti-Muslim Brotherhood MPs and youth artists led a big protest in Nasr city yesterday, refusing the presidential decree issued by President Morsi ordering the resumption of parliamentarian sessions. Demonstrators, including a number of public figures, chanted slogans in support of the Supreme Constitutional Court and its judges. The number of protesters increased following the court's verdict ordering cancellation of the presidential decree, and the number of 10 demands were announced as a precondition for ending their protest, on top of which came the withdrawal of the presidential decree regarding the People's Assembly and formation of the government with no presence of the Muslim Brotherhood. Other demands include the dissolving of all parties formed upon religious basis. So the protest demands the dissolving of all parties formed upon religious basis.
Well, that's pie in the sky.
That's the Salafist Noor Party and the
but those
Freedom and Justice
people,
Party.
yeah, those people.
That would be hard to get or hard to do.
Impossible to do, of course, because on paper those people do not say that we are a religious party, and know that practically, yes, justice and freedom is a religious one, and the Salafist, the different Salafists are religious one practically, yes, but in theory, on paper, anyone can join the religious, those parties. So, no. I mean, that's impossible decision actually, but they may go home because their main demand is that the President Morsi would go back on his decree. 10th degree of recalling the parliament has already been fulfilled. That's pretty enough for them.
Okay, so still with Al-Dustur, the agreement announced by the Constitutional Assembly regarding the second article tackling the state's sources of legislation brought a strong wave of anger within an increasing number of Islamists who attacked both Al-Azhar institution and the Muslim Brotherhood represented by its political wing, the Freedom and Justice Party. According to the agreed upon phrasing, the second article within the Egyptian constitution will remain unchanged since it was first written in the 1971 constitution. On his side, member of the Shura Council of Al-Jama'a Al-Islamiyya, Asim Abdel Majid, expressed his furious anger towards the agreement, criticizing the phrasing of Islamic Sharia fundamentals. So what would this dispute between Al-Azhar and the Salafist Noor Party
between the society and those people, not between Al-Azhar and those people, because they are asking for something that quite impossible to grant to them. Well, the second item has always been the principles of the Islamic Sharia are the main source of legislation in Egypt, and the added to it and the other religions, I mean people of other religions may restore or may resort to their own Sharia. So this makes sense. It has always been the case. Now it is, and it is supported by the majority of the people that I hear of. They are asking for something quite strange. They want to either omit the word principle, so Sharia Islamiyya, which is going to make it very vague, or to make it the detailed, the detailed the detailed regulations of Sharia are the main source. This is going to take us into liberness, into what's days. People are going to get lost into too many contradictory regulations, Islamic regulations, and those people will not even be satisfied. They will always be angry. They will always be asking for, I mean, it is strange that those people, the favorite model of those people is Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia, in practical, it never did that.
Mr. Saeed Gubail, journalist in Al Watan newspaper, thank you very much for being with us this morning.
It has been a pleasure, Ahmed. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Reem Noor has a report more about the 4th of July celebrations in Egypt.
The 4th of July celebration was an exceptional one at the American Embassy in Cairo this year. The embassy celebrated this holiday with the general background theme of freedom and independence, whether for the United States or a country like Egypt.
Actually, it feels very exciting to spend it here in Egypt because we associate the 4th of July with our independence and our democracy, and it's very to spend it in Egypt at this time because Egypt is a new democracy and everyone is very excited and everyone is very relieved. So it's an honor for us to be here at this time.
This American Independence Day is a holiday commemorating the adoption of the Declaration of Independence in 1776, declaring independence from Great Britain. The 4th of July is usually associated with political speeches and ceremonies, and this event was nothing less. The ambassador gave a speech to outline the U.S.'s political achievements and stressed that the U.S. will support Egypt in its democratic transition.
All political transitions are hard, and after 236 years, our political transitions are hard too. If it's only between Democrats or Republicans, or often between people of the same party. But I want to wish President Morsi all the best on this important day for us. I know that there are very high expectations for what he can do. I know Egyptians will be watching closely, but the important thing will be to get the economy moving again and get people back to work. And I want to reiterate the help of the United States for that. So we're very exciting, and we look forward to working with President Morsi and his staff.
This was a majorly patriotic event that several public figures from Egypt and other parts of the world attended. General Mohammed El-Assar of the Supreme Council of the Armed Forces was present, as well as representatives of several political parties. Reporting for Nile International, I am Reem Noor.
يا مهد الحضارة يا بحر الكرم، نيلك ده سكر وجوك معطر، بدرك منور ليل الأمم. عظيمة يا مصر، عظيمة يا مصر يا أرض النعم. أرض الكنائس، أرض الجوامع، أرض الجناين، أرض المزارع. أرض الكنائس، أرض الجوامع، أرض الجناين، أرض المزارع. أرض المداين، أرض المصانع. يا مصر يا أم الهرم، عظيمة يا مصر يا أرض النعم.
Welcome back again. You're still watching us here on The Breakfast Show. And to tackle more about President Morsi's visit to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, his first foreign and official visit outside the country, we are delighted to have Dr. Yasser Tantawi, political analyst, who's over on the phone, and he's going to tell us more about the importance of this visit and the relations between Egypt and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in the upcoming period. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning. How are you?
Thank you very much. Now, Doctor, we've seen the President has met the Saudi Ambassador Ahmed Qattan, in Cairo a couple of days ago, earlier in the week, in which he had delivered to him an official invitation from the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Abdullah bin Abdul Aziz, for Morsi to visit the kingdom. And Morsi now is in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. What can you tell us about this visit?
Yes, I think there should be a very let's say, simple scenario for the visit. That they should focus first on the problems that happen for the Saudi investment in Egypt, especially with the problems of the investors locally. On the other side, he must show up the separation of authorities between legal and court systems because of the conflict that happens with the 2 or 3 cases already in Saudi Arabia concerning the lawyer who is jailed and so on. The third issue is to promote the investment inside Egypt back again, and to provide like the suitable environment that everything will be fine the next day. And he is not representing a group which is Saudi are not happy with, but he is represented as a president of Egypt. This is we hope that it's going to not to present that he is in power, because they will not like that approach.
Dr. Yasser, there have been some rumors that there have been some kind of disagreements or arguments between both countries that could lead to a diplomatic tension. Is that true or not?
Technically, from my understanding, there is a little tension between the two countries. That's why he went to the first visit there first. The